because I was thinking the same thing about kind of the rural electrification model and how government might be able to help, and I know co-ops did a lot of that. But if the government were to help with some of that final mile cable or fiber, and, who owns it? Is it state-owned, and then how do you guys use it, and who fixes it? I mean, do providers want the state? Would they welcome the state investing in the laying of fiber for the final mile, or would that be complicated?
The state owning fiber, I think, would make it extremely difficult and extremely complicated. I mean, if you look at the way the state does things, I mean,
I've only been there for a year.
do you want regulation, or do you want the job to get done? Do you want politicians to pick things based on politics or where needs are? So I think the way to do it is exactly the way rural electrification does. And that's, through, when the telephone lines came out, the same type of thing happened. We used universal service. The federal government created this system to support phone lines out in rural areas. And that's in effect today. And that supports, and in our case, that's in our ILEC territory, that, which is when we say ILEC, that's our incumbent area where we are the phone company. We've been in business like 60 years or whatever. That's we're the phone company. And in those areas, through universal service, they support those phone lines. And the nice thing there is they support the phone line, but we can then use that phone line to provide internet, even though it's not a supported product. The problem is when you get into other areas where we're not an incumbent provider and the economics aren't there, there's not a universal service for broadband yet. And that would really change the equation. That would make Troy and his company go crazy, I bet. That would make us go crazy with growth. Right now, in our ILEC territory, where we have those funding mechanisms, we're not 100% fiber to the home, but we are 100% internet everywhere. We've been for pushing 10 years. Right now, the slowest we sell is 20 meg up and down. And, universal services help to provide that.
Is that up to 20 meg? Or
we always say up, because you can't guarantee what's going to happen out in the rest of the world.
Yeah.
But I would encourage any of you people that know customers of ours, run speed tests and all the rest and see what you get. You'll find most of the time you get more than 20.
Is the universal services, is that RUS, REA?
I'm not
Universal
really sure.
Service Fund is basically a tax that was collected, and it gives rural telephone companies, we cannot collect rural service funds. We are incumbent RBOC, and we cannot get any government funding.
And that's only for telephone companies, right?
That's for any services we provide.
Yeah. So if you're hearing this, the Connect America Fund and the CAF dollars that are coming back down from the federal government down to the states, that's the kind of the end result of that.
Right. That's a little different though, because I think that when you guys get it, I don't know if we're like okay.
That is.
You can see there's
Commercial finance is regular. It's like regulatory, because our companies are two different entities, really. I mean, being an RBOC and being an independent rural service co-op, it's two total different entities. I run under, and we run under total different regulations.
Okay, regional, is that the R for?
Regional Bell Operating Company.
So they split
And
up
we are
18
still called a Regional Bell Operating Company.